Hey, we're back here on our journey to marriage equality. This is our third video, and this time we kind of wanted to talk about the idea of marriage equality as a human right and not any kind of special right. Like we said before, both of our parents got married on September 19th, and we're going to get married on September 19th, and we'd like to have the same rights and privileges that they do. There are over 1,000 rights that affect you by getting the right to marry, and they affect your day-to-day life and what you can do and how you can live. And as a couple that's committed together to love one another till death do us part, we think we should be able to participate in those civil rights. So Johnny, why don't you give an example of one of those civil rights that comes from marriage equality?
Well, one of them is health insurance. Health insurance, it's really it's a twofold issue. Some companies, based on the size of their company, offer health insurance benefits at a much cheaper premium than other companies. For smaller companies, they usually have higher rates. Actually, and the company I work for has a very good insurance plan. It's very inexpensive, but I can't put him on there because we're gay. Same way with his insurance. I couldn't go on his insurance at his work because we're gay. So you can't do that. The other issue that you run into is, let's just say that I lost my job and I didn't have insurance anymore and I couldn't afford COBRA. I couldn't go on his insurance. And if something was to happen, whether it be cancer related, an accident, I would have no health insurance and I'd just basically be at the mercy of, a county hospital or whatever you could get, if you could even get that. So, health insurance is a big marriage right that we're not able to get.
Another marriage right is hospitals and hospital visitation and participating in decisions related to your partner. If you are not married, you are sometimes completely shut out of the medical system and being able to care for your partner in the way that you would want to as a loving partner. We've read the stories again and again, and they're heartbreaking stories about people who have gone to the hospital and they have been refused entrance into the room where their loved one is dying. And their loved one has died without them being present and without them being able to say, "Sweetheart, I love you, you're going to be okay." Can you imagine the pain of being, shut out from caring for your loved one at the last moments of their life? They've also been prohibited from being involved in their decisions related to their care. So you can't even go and talk to the doctor and say, "Doctor, this is what we need to do. This is what I know he would like to have done. This is how he would want to be cared for. This is what we think is the best way to care for my partner." But if you don't have marriage equality, and in some cases I understand they've written in some executive orders that Obama did to try to protect that, but we've read too many stories where partners have been shut out of hospital decisions to heartbreaking effect.
Which really, in a situation like that where you have a death, a lot of things without marriage equality for gay people is, you read the stories of where partners were together for 20 plus years, they bought homes together, and the partner who happens to have his name on the deed of the house that they've purchased, because they don't typically let gay people, co-own a home. The partner that legally owns the home dies, and then their family, who's been estranged from them from years and don't want anything to do with them because they're gay, shows up, takes the house, takes everything out of the house, takes the body, has a funeral, doesn't include the partner, so you're just pulled completely out of the mix in a death situation. You can hopefully, there are attorneys out there who've done paperwork where, you can set up wills and you can set up directives and things of how you want things done. But even that, in a situation where someone's died, a funeral isn't something that you can go to, let's put someone on cold storage waiting to do a funeral for 6 to 8 months, 12 months to go to court to fight this battle of who has the right to bury this body. So, that's just another one of those rights that as gay people, we don't get in the world of marriage.
And I'll do just a little aside. We are just regular people and family too, and you may be hearing in the background our birds that we have. That's Bert and Ernie. We have 2 birds, and I think you heard in past videos our dogs barking, and they're outside right now, Zoe and Angel. And like we've introduced before, we also have our 5 children. So, you know, that's another thing about gay couples and gay people. We're just normal, regular people trying to live our lives. But let me give one more example of, and there's like 1,000 rights that we talked about, but one more of being denied marriage equality and how that can affect you, and that's taxes or estate taxes at your death. And right now there's a Supreme Court case going to the Supreme Court to decide whether a longtime partner, they were together, a female couple for 30 plus years, and they're now being treated as if they were single, and they're going to be taxed under New York law in their estate taxes as if they were single, and that means a lot of the money that they built up financially together to care for one another is going to be lost to the state, whereas if they were a couple and a heterosexual couple and able to get married and treated equal under the law and federal tax laws and all of those, they would not have those kind of taxes, and they'd be able to preserve care for the surviving spouse. And without those protections, the same kind of protections that heterosexual couples have, it's devastating on the elderly surviving spouse, and that's just not right.
So in conclusion, just to give you a few more ideas of how we are treated differently in the world of heterosexual marriage versus gay marriage. We're not asking for special rights. We're asking to be treated equal. Equal under the law and equal, just flat out equal. If Joe and I decide to go to the local park in Mesquite and we decide to hold hands walking through the park, people are like, oh my God, look at those gay people. It's horrible. I shouldn't have to worry about that. Straight couples do it all day long and no one says a word about it. And, why should I be treated any different because I love this guy? I shouldn't be treated any different. I should be able to, to walk arm in arm, hand in hand, give them the occasional kiss on the cheek, just like you see straight people doing out there. Why is it any different for us?
And that is part of it, in the sense that if we get marriage equality, people will become more accustomed to the idea of same-sex couples being together. It won't become so foreign or so strange or so weird, and they'll go, oh, well, they are just human. They're just like us. They want to lead their lives, pay their taxes, care for one another, love one another, And when, at the end of the day at work, when my coworker asks me, okay, so what's going on? What are you doing this weekend? And I say, oh, well, Johnny and I, we're going to go out and have dinner together and go catch a movie. If we have marriage equality, I'll be able to say that without the fear, or hopefully be able to say that, and employment non-discrimination too, that I won't be fired because I talk about my partner. These aren't special things that we're asking for, to be able to say, I'm going to the movies with my partner. Or when I go to the movies and I hold hands with him, that somebody doesn't walk away because they're so confused and so fearful of a gay couple and they think they're going to be turned into something or attacked. That's not what's going on here. This is what we're asking for is human rights, and to not be treated as less than, and to be recognized under the law, under civil law, that everybody, who loves one another, cares for one another, commits to one another as a couple and wants to live till death do they part, and care for one another in that way, should be able to do so. And that's hopefully why we're getting married, and we appreciate everybody who's supporting us in our journey to marriage equality.
That's right. So again, we've hit, I think we got 54 likes on the page now. So, tell your friends, get more people out there. Let's see if we can get more people educated. We're not trying to push our beliefs on people. What we're doing is trying to show people that we are just like everybody else. We pay taxes, our cars break down, oh my God, the plumbing broke, we got to mow our front yard, we got to trim our trees. We're just like everybody else. Just because we're gay and we're in a committed relationship doesn't make us any different than anybody else. And that's what we're trying to show. So the more people we show, the more people we, just let them know that, hey, look, it's just normal people just like everybody else. That, we hope, will help people understand that we're not asking for anything special. We just want to be treated equal.
Thanks for watching, and thanks for sharing this with other people. Thank you very much.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.